Skull friends, and welcome to the Outer Worlds. We will be continuing where we left off earlier today. Just took a break to eat a little salad. Um, my roommate made some coffee, and I'm drinking that now. I really just want to take a nap so bad, but also really want to play Outer Worlds, so I want to give y'all a little more than just 2 hours.
Nice uranium shield gadget you got there. It's not an Auntie's Choice product, so it might actually work as advertised.
And the last thing I was gonna do was I was going to travel to the Golden Ridge. So Dorado. Okay. Well, I want to talk to Valerie again.
Initializing socialization. How may this unit assist you, Commander? This unit is available to answer any queries.
Great. Well, we're definitely going to Dorado first, right? Don't let this Arcadia-baked landscape fool you. Although bereft of seas and rivers, Dorado is coveted for its beautiful ore resources and status as a Goldilocks moon that required no terraforming to support human colonization. Its distinctive gilded sheen derives from its ironstone deposits, visible from orbit. No seas and rivers,
so
but
it can blow shit up. That's good. And not get blown up easily.
all right. Apparently, it's not even that far from Eden. Alright, let's save.
So how many of y'all have played 7 Days to Die?
I guess we'll keep on with
So
these
how,
two.
how familiar are y'all with the truck that you can build in that game? The big ass monster truck? So since give us the Doomsday truck, the battle wagon. That would be awesome. The big ass grill on the front. Oh, thank you.
Well, this is exciting, guys.
Think they made the statue big enough?
Hey, nice. Now,
Nah.
the question is, will you be able to switch between
So how do we get
Pull it off
down
the back
now?
and put that one on?
Oh shit. What the fuck?
Whoa! Didn't realize we were getting so close to the action.
We got bases down there. If one of them got hit, then
What is going on here? Oh, okay, we're here to speak with the head of the Order of the Ascendant. And Debris has allies here. Alright. Web Weaver, very similar to spiders.
This is your 2061st reminder to keep all personal items with you at all times.
Another rift. What the hell do you do with these rifts? I'm gonna look this up. I can't.
Oh my god, why is there not a card?
No. Okay, so later we can interact, but not yet. So we have to go back to the ones we find. I mean, at least they're marked very largely on the map, you know. Yeah. See. That's it.
Attention passengers, you are running 21,027.
This station must have really been something before the war made its home here.
Departure in the future.
If things escalate, might never be something again.
Is there a maintenance card anywhere else in the facility?
So the elevator works apparently.
Please continue making quiet until the next train arrives.
I'm looking for a maintenance key card at the burial site so I can open up the garage.
What's this?
Is there? There's only one? That's what I thought. It says that. Yeah.
Hmm. Art enthusiast perk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Because I'm just trying to get batteries so we can do the Hathor mining thing this weekend.
Oh, finding Scrabbles gave me a additional perk.
We did the
Cool.
3 key cards earlier, and the door
And now I get
opened, but there was no battery.
2% more XP from companion kills. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
The plan can
That's
wait.
what I'm trying to
Our lines will not. Good subjects arrive 15
cards.
minutes early to avoid missing their tram.
Doors.
Stay vigilant. Report any suspicious activity to your nearest station warden.
No, it's hospital card. Plus by myself.
Well, the problem also is 3 or 4 different
The
sites
plan
and
can
they're
wait.
on 2
Our
lanes.
lines
There's
will
license plates on it.
Subjects arrive.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've got 14 alignment plates. I've got plenty of plates. I just need batteries.
What is that statue even holding in its hand? Some kind of inhaler? Hmm. Um.
Yeah, nothing could go wrong.
I find it interesting there's a cloth there. You're supposed to climb here either in this way or out. But okay, I guess we can try taking that elevator now.
Your patience is commendable, passenger. Please continue waiting quietly until the next tram arrives.
Happy to assist in crafting more ammo, if you need. Looks like folks holed up here after the fighting started. Guess not everybody was eager to take sides.
Day 206. Morale? Low. Condition? Feeble. Voucher mech. Watching. Always watching. Many have left for Matriarch's mercy, seeking refuge with the Order. The fools. Can't they see the Order is no different from the Protectorate? The Order won't...
Incessant muttering to oneself may disturb fellow passengers. Further conduct violations may warrant notification of the Sentinels.
Try it, you doddering rattletrap! Such threats compel me no longer. I now answer to no one. I've seen through the lies of both sides. In time, everyone will.
Unwarranted optimism may be a sign of a more serious imbalance. Please see a curativist before boarding.
Wow. Damn, is there not another way into that room? Sucks, because there's like a safe right there.
We got an appointment to keep at Matriarch's mercy. Let's just hope we don't get shelled too.
Internal speculation. For those lost in thought and are finishing an equation, I repeat, the lower hall is for contemplation. The upper hall is for somber internal speculation.
Please, somebody help us! Anybody, please! Finally, some help. We desperately need aid. Desperately. My family and I, we was making our way to the mercy camp for us refugees. We were set upon. My wife, my son were injured. Can't move by myself. I had to leave them just past this tunnel so I could go for help. But being alone is even more riskier. The arachnids, I chased them off, but they'll be back. Please help us. Ain't nothing I can do for them, but you got weapon and medicine and can get us to the camp. I don't... Vary, by my guess. She was bit on the thigh, like, can see bone.
Oh.
Or maybe white means infected? She's screaming all the time when she's awake. Then she goes to sleep. She in agony. And my son ain't waked since the attack. Hurry, please. We must hurry, or they'll be eaten. Or worse.
What level observation do I need?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this way. This way.
Time.
You're Adrena time! You need a house call. Got my lamps on a hot.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Hey, get me go-getting again.
Look at a few corks low, Commander.
Need some help first.
Oh.
They owed me 5 skins. It's their time!
Where's the guy? Oh, that was him, wasn't it? Damn it. Alright, let me try that again. Oh, wait a minute. It was a trap, wasn't it? No, well, never mind. Fuck him then. That was him, right? Yeah, scrapper and imposter. I never. Fuck him then. He led me into a trap. Kinda had a feeling, so I had my gun out.
Alright, y'all, we're gonna have a mini game about today with these stupid cards.
Burst assault rifle.
The mentality of I did my part. I went to the place and tried to get the cards, but they weren't there. Or I went to the place and I got the card and the card didn't work. So now I can use the other methods. I just don't like using the other methods. But we might do it Friday, instead of doing the Hathor mining, what else could we do? Go do the don't, they just keep on, I got the hammerhead, you can jump in their small ships and fly whatever. I would like to try and push start building Wicklow Polaris. Maybe this is going to be a good idea. Well, I would really like to flare, and I can't do it alone.
Waste them. What's your command?
Out of the blue,
Didn't even hit him.
wall is
Someone call for a medic. Let's get you healed. To the rescue. Sight unseen. Tingling. All charged.
Gotta fix me up first.
Happy to help. Discreetly. Out of sight and on the way. Let's get you healed.
now, that's one thing you don't ever see in Jeep commercials. Somebody just picking the Jeep up and tracking it and selling it back to the street.
Knew you had my back.
It's a brawl.
Hostile spot.
Like, are we even?
The hell is that? I guess I'll go back to where we were before we got lured into that trap for the scrappers.
Stranger, the order bids you welcome, but also warnings. In light of the recent attack on Auntie's Choice, you may want to make haste to Matriarch's Mercy. It's just down the road here.
So it was one of our bases that got hit. Well, I'm gonna be sick.
I can't rightly say, and that is rather concerning in its own right. It seems our temporary ceasefire with the corporatists may be at its end. Yes, this was an active war zone until recently, and now seems like it may be so again. I'm quite certain why the attack was launched, but that is not under my purview. I'd surmise that when Auntie's Choice realized they couldn't get through our defensive measures, they wisely chose the path of diplomacy. Seems I was mistaken.
Well, it weren't our artillery that made that strike. I can tell you that much.
They must have done something to provoke an attack, which is why your safest path now is the one that leads to Matriarch's Mercy. The Order controls everything south of this point, but the rest is beset with various dangers. Zealots, scavengers, creatures, and corporatists. Well, not certain about that last one anymore after the attack. They're both unstable and violent. Auntie's forces call them scrappers, and uses them for just that, gathering scrap materials. Excessive abuse of stimulants has made them severely unbalanced and prone to violence. They've also been known to pose as refugees, to lure their victims into ambushes. There are several camps of them northwest of here. I'd strongly advise keeping your distance. Cultists, mad to the last one. I believe they worship the rifts or some such. People will turn to anything to ease their discomfort during times of crisis, I suppose. The creatures are of the genus Varachnid. They are large enough to kill a full-grown human, and exceedingly willing to do so.
May all your endeavors elicit expected results.
Alright, let's level up. Just skills, no perks this level. Well, get my lockpick up to 7, but damn, I'm not sure right now. now. Could put a point each in like guns and lockpick, or the next time I level up I can put 2 more into lockpick. If the checks are around 8 now.
God damn.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. 1 into guns and 1 into lockpick.
The toughest cactus I've ever seen stops my vehicle instantly.
Or you know what? No.
It's like crashing into a boulder.
Let's do it in
But the
lockpick
funny thing
and
is crashing into the boulders,
speech.
drive right through them. It's like that, whatever. Guess I'm doing the right way.
So I assume you probably have to pickpocket him to get his key. These crystals at night.
For those lost in thought and are finishing an equation, I repeat, the lower hall is for contemplative calculation. The upper hall is for somber internal speculation.
A reminder, makeshift habitations not meeting fundamental standards
Look at that sky. Wow.
will be summarily dismantled. Politely.
A gentle reminder, non-order residents of Major Mercy. Inclusion zone entry is respectfully.
Think they'll notice if we jump the queue?
Another refugee? All right, step forward. Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's Mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations.
Another thing that my sickly trait can actually come in handy for.
Oh, no, we can't allow that. You'd best go and see our doctor at once. Just keep your distance from others. Our calculations do not afford many sick refugees. Welcome to Matriarch's Mercy. Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone. Our seer has predicted non-specific imminent danger.
Danger has never stopped me before. Step aside, you cautious peasant.
Not at present, but according to our predictions, the creation of a third rule is likely, if not inevitable. I thought the name was self-explanatory. Our seer predicted that a corner of the encampment is in terrible danger. Danger from what? Or when? Unclear. Stay away from it, and, in all probability, you won't have to find out. Our predictions spring from the universal equation, the very numbers that guide the stars. Only a fool ignores probability, and we don't suffer fools around these parts. Safety and probability are incompatible. Eventually, nowhere will be safe, including here. That's enough questions. Keep the line moving. You need anything, talk to Seer Wiley. He's in the lift building, straight through the settlement.
Do you believe our
Arcadia shall ever return to how it was.
I wish. Between the invaders and the Order defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the can.
Cloister is looking pretty good right about now.
A wasteland devoid of life? No, Arcadia is doomed. Plain and simple. I remember this place before the war. Functioning tramiculars. Peaceful silence of the canyons.
I can't recall the last time this region was silent.
Well, you look interesting. Not fair. I really hate that they took away smoking in this game. Alright, whatever.
I swear, it's nigh on impossible to find decent animal remains in these parts.
Thus, if we compare... And then we solve for the... apologies. Just catching up on a research assignment between queries. Yes? Did you need something? Typically, no. And it has been somewhat challenging focusing my concentration. The abbot felt a scientician operating in a conspicuous spot in the thoroughfare might be useful. An illustrative way for our guests to see how we operate, to show how the crabble patties are made, as it were. That is, if the meat preparation involved a 90-step rate formula and a conflux of polynomial equations. I am also on hand to answer queries by providing data supporting our actions. Though perhaps due to my central location, 89.74% of the time, I am simply asked for directions. They must be exceptionally pleased with the statistical jump correlated to residents within Matriarch's Mercy. Numbers here are pretty compelling. According to data, life inside shows a notable uptick in key relevant quality of life factors: longevity, access to medicine, potable water. Life outside sees increased risk of starvation, inclement weather, and hostile xenofauna. Yes, indeed. Numbers are really against you out there. We have diverted internal resources to better meet demand in key areas. And I'm pleased to say that's led to a statistically significant 2.7% increase in refugee satisfaction. But if my data remains unconvincing, I suggest you inquire with Provisioner Plotnik inside the lift building. Simply tell her Archivist Widmark approves brief use of her time. Then back to it I shall get.
My soup is nutritionally calculated to sustain all bodily functions, but it could use a little salt.
Huh.
Lord, I haven't seen this many folks crammed together since recalled libations night at the thruster. Smells about the same, too.
Oh, try not to get too close. My sinuses are stuffed up, my ears are backed up, and my guts are gurgling. I could burst at any moment. Every fluid from every orifice. So keep your distance.
Don't want it, don't need it.
I've gotten sick at least a dozen times since we set up camp. Why, last week alone, I caught hack lung, sprat tongue, skinny teeth, and a rare case of mortified skull emergence. Figured I might as well get used to being sick. So,
Is that even real
practicing
things?
for my next disease. It's gonna be a nasty one. I think it's downright awful what's happened to these fine folks. But me especially. Sickness, malnutrition, spontaneous genetic disorders, it never ends. You too. Trust me, you don't want to catch this. Neither do I, for that matter. Ugh. I'll try not to sneeze on you, but nope.
Well, I wanted to help him, but I guess I couldn't. Let me get my drink.
How long are we meant to stay here?
Ask the Order. I'm not in the prediction business.
Oh, Inez, you wanted to talk? Over here, so you're not on a tent, yeah.
Commander, you got a minute to talk? I got some thoughts on this situation with the refugees. The number of folks seeking refuge from the war is, well, it's beyond what I expected. And beyond what the Order is capable of handling, seems like. Antes may not be faring much better here, but we could at least find enough work for these folk to buy some food. You sure? The Order seems a whole lot more concerned with dazzling the populace with numbers than anything else. It's a tough
True.
situation, that's all I'm saying. But if the Order can't even manage tens of folk at their doorstep, they ain't gonna manage much better should they win the war. But nothing's ever really free, is it? I went through this myself when Anti's Choice took over Tau Ceti. It took time to secure the merger, but once they did, we folk got the help we needed real quick. And all they wanted in return was the signing of an employment contract. Now, I ain't seeing any contracts in Matriarch's Mercy. So what is the Order actually gaining by doing this?
What?
I do believe they're just trying to help people who lost everything. Why is that so hard to believe?
Even he's like, nope, not having
But
it. I'm not
I
having
I understand your skepticism, and it's
In all my years, I ain't encountered many folk who would extend a hand and expect nothing in return. I mean, I'd not have asked for your help with my graft if I didn't have something to offer in exchange.
exactly. You shouldn't have to bargain for help. I would have helped you regardless.
Well, maybe I misjudged the Earth Directorate after all. Anyhow, if the Order is in fact helping these folk with no hidden aims, then Well, I'll be the first to admit that there might just be merit in what they're selling. Appreciate you hearing me out.
How long are we meant to stay here?
Ask the Order. I'm not in the prediction business.
Broke my nose last scrap. I banged him up real good for you, didn't I? I won you one, right? Matters settled.
The void you did. Barely connected. You're thinking of 2-3 scraps ago. You've been mostly unconscious a while now. You ought to talk to Boss Tilda. She's the brains in this... What does she call it? Oh, yeah. Quasi-illicit shenanigan.
Doesn't like to look at us when we're all banged up. Said my face turned her off Borscht loaf.
Anyhow, head down the hill along the fence. Tell her Mapother and Mudge sent you.
Mapother? What a name, Mapother.
The Grand Plan is the predetermined order to the entire universe. We can predict it down to a decimal point.
No, it's hitting my shield, but it's not acting like it should. It's just every now and then. It's not like
Apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-order lay people, such as yourself. Lately, the abbot has tasked me with the education of the refugees in our care. You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't need an abacus to predict your path lies elsewhere. Well, if it's in the displaced's best interests, I imagine I can find a moment. Yes, I reckon I do have my ear to the grimy dirt floor of Matriarch's Mercy. I hear what common lay people are saying, and the wide array of bodily noises they make. Suppose I, more than any other member of the Order here, connect with non-scienticians. I've begun daily lectures, including practical advice on efficiently planning their days. I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail.
Yeah, you haven't actually told me anything about the situation here.
Oh, dear. I got ahead of myself, didn't I? That's an occupational hazard around here. As I'm sure you've read in recent dissertations doing the rounds, education has proven to have a 13.7% increase in overall quality of life. I am single-handedly making a difference here. With constructive pointers on efficient scheduling, lessons on order history, plus some mathematics for a little added razzle-dazzle.
I think we have different ideas that constitutes practical advice.
Perhaps some other time we can debate the theoretical complexities involved. But I fear I must get back to my duties. These laypersons won't enlighten themselves.
I think y'all mean well, but you're severely out of touch.
$1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions and supplies for the displaced. Well, if the Archivist said so, I suppose I can factor out a moment. As the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition and distribution of comestibles, medicinals, and miscellaneous vital supplies. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this, leaving only moments to see to the Order's needs in the settlement. But it is an effort I undertake with great relish. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine.
Huh.
With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one can hardly blame them. That they are fed and remain healthy is sufficient for me. The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the ascension of humanity. Our ultimate goal may not be reached in our lifetime. If I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the utmost extent of my abilities and resources. Appreciate you respecting my time. My time is yours. You may peruse to your heart's content, but do so speedily for my sake.
Alright, what do they have here? Plasma pistol. Plasma cutter.
You're right, yeah. Just hosing down with water hose. Alright, well, what the fuck can I do to be productive now? Yeah, it's only 43 and 34 on the shard. I could go see what's in there. Might be able to get a gun. I can't get to it now. Alright, where's gas? No, but I'm near gaslight. I'm at Pyro 4. Okay, I like Gaslight Station. I think it looks pretty cool. got a couple of rocks around it, and it's only like it's got some major damage on one part, but the rest of it is pretty smooth. How fast? What you hitting with? Did y'all die? What you call me? These fighting words. Oh, you owe him like $1 million already. Those are $500,000 apiece. You know the man carries at least two at a time. Oh no, I know where he's at. He's a Lazarus. Oh shit. This whole time, and he didn't change his respawn. I do. Alright, well.
You
have
know
no
what?
choice but to buy.
I want to buy
But
it
we can sell other stuff we get while collecting it.
and
to
try
buy
it
the
out.
things that we can't get ourselves. 'Cause we can just, yeah, I have one AAA pearl. Yeah. Yeah, he's just holding on to the AAAs because they're only really used for other things that we're not doing right now. Oh my God. Yeah, it's gonna be, but I have seen also that there have been large organizations that are like, we're on our 7th Polaris for a war.
Looking low on ammo there, Commander. I could help you
They
whip
use
some.
Polarises like we get 80s. It's like, holy shit, man.
Whip something up.
Holy shit. What the fuck?
I think the richest person I've ever met.
Oh, by the gods, you can stay in it forever.
Oh.
So as long as you're moving.
He'd still probably be like the second richest person.
Wow. Wow, this armor is way more insane than I thought.
Maybe shall ever return to how it was.
Wow. Yeah.
Between the invaders and the order defecting, there's no weakness.
That's crazy.
Well, the way my kitchen is my stove is up against the wall and there's a little opening window kind of thing above the stove that's directly behind me. So any noise coming from the beef on the stove goes right through that little window toward my microphone. It's kind of like a breakfast window. I don't know if you've ever seen those. Like, but it's yeah. I'm in the
No offense to Val, but it's any. Need something, Commander?
Oh.
Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Because I have a cardioid mic, which is pretty good, but it's pointed toward the kitchen area. So. All right, well, thanks for watching the stream, y'all. I got a whole lot of fucking nothing. But I at least, yeah, tried. So, thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time, and maybe tomorrow or the next day. And I can't wait until this next patch. Oh my god, fix the shit. I need something to do.
I can have more than one on it, right? Actually, I might like the other.
Need something, Commander? Sure.
Makes sense. Honestly, makes you look like a scientist, but
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, new arrivals. Of an independent operative nature, one presumes. Did the abbot assign you to help?
no, but it seems like you need it.
Yes. Unfortunately, you are the first to notice. Infrastructure requests from the displaced exceed present resource capacity. The mounting accumulation of prevailing desideratum is regrettably beyond us. Or beyond me, more to the point. I am simply one person, impossibly stretched thin, and unable to attend to the needs of the displaced.
Infrastructure request. Tell me of the displaced from your point of view.
They are refugees from the Protectorate and Auntie's Choice, who have relocated here on account of past and ongoing conflict. They have been free to settle throughout much of Matriarch's Mercy, with one rather notable exception. Tell me, what do you know of the exclusion zone? Excuse me, but the intricate dance of the cosmos is anything but shady. You see, the seer predicted that a calamity would befall the exclusion zone, warning that the barrier must not be crossed. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway, laughing in the face of certain peril. Indeed, and I'm hoping that's where you come in. The seer has augured death for anyone who enters the exclusion zone. Yes, you heard me right. Death. Furthermore, and I quote, an outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clearing up an ongoing dispute. We can't have the voice of the displaced sowing disorder. Will you help us? Will you be our outside mediator, as was foretold? The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people of Matriarch's Mercy. The displaced want the exclusion zone. We want it kept off limits. We can't both be right. Feel free to speak with the voice of the displaced herself if you aren't already acquainted. Any questions before you get started? Novice Seer Vicarage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling methods. He's just down the room from here. I can tell you she's a rabble-rouser of the highest order. Still, she cleaves to her principles. That's something. You can find her outside, among her people, stubbornly defying an order barricade. According to predictions, yes. Or at least, my interpretation of them. I am reasonably certain. More than usual, in fact. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them. Form your own opinion. And when you are ready, we will decide the fate of the exclusion zone.
Oh, that's what I'm hearing. Was just sorting mail? Okay.
Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help. Since you aren't a refugee, I hope you understand that I cannot offer my goods free of charge, but my prices are fair.
Happy to assist in crafting more.
Thank the architect. I knew you'd be back. Well, really, it was the seer that knew, but it is always nice to have his predictions confirmed. Where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the seer predicted an outsider would find them. As a doctor, I'm appalled. We don't have enough beds or private quarters to separate people, so sickness is blazing an unhappy trail through the refugees. Of course, the Order keeps us well supplied with meds, but things will get worse as long as we're overcrowded. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent it entirely. That means space to spread out. Since you asked, you can run this medicine to Horst Lambing. Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of coughing into his palm when he covers it at all. My thanks, stranger. Probability is on our side. The seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it, for my intervention could only throw probability into disarray. Now, take the datapad, with my thanks. How can I be of service?
There you go. Oh, okay. SMGs. I was starting to wonder.
anything, we're going to take the missions and give you the money. I can't believe that I hang out with someone that's that fucking broke. I don't hang out with fucking plebs. I mean, I'm over here wearing gold-trimmed fucking undersuit. And you're saying you have less than $1 million? Like, what the fuck? Oh, it's like, oh, he bought the fucking in-game, he's bought Bitcoin. Yeah. He's bought BitZero coin. Fucking game, God. Goddamn fucking motherfuckers.
Always happy to illuminate. We start with a recommendation and determined from an extensive questionnaire.
Ah, I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an unforeseen factor about now. I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events is an imprecise science. Currently, that is. Well, then, I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct?
I've been declining those contracts all night. I'm not even know they're helping.
We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible and advanced calculations using well-honed models to effectuate it. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. We'd need to solve the universal equation to do that. Fortunately, we're all working very hard on that problem. The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our followers' paths. The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate with up to 71.1% accuracy several months out. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive, but I am not to speak of that with an outsider. No offense. The former are generalized forecasts for groups or settlements. The latter are more specialized to individuals and take far more time to calculate. Usually some are handled by one of the more senior seers in a region. But with Seer Wiley's days taken up advising the abbots and other things, this responsibility falls to me. Regrettably, I have built up a bit of a sizable backlog. Matriarch's Mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. But we of the Order rise to every challenge and continually strive to better our guests' existence. Why, I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area. I share the very same surprise. Engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them greatly. One of our recent guests, Rollo Nast, has received multiple personalized order predictions. I believe he could speak to the effectiveness of our ways firsthand. If my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince you, and perhaps other members of the displaced as well. True, my situation does lack a certain refinement. Regrettably, this is Matriarch's mercy. We all must do the best we can with limited means. Well, I do believe you're needed elsewhere. Farewell.
Cause trouble and I will school you, chapter and verse.
Good enough, people. Good enough. Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah. You got the back.
Ah, you must be the, Earth Directorate agent I was told to expect. Your punctuality is commendable. Allow me to welcome you to Golden Reach. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability?
Start using smaller words or I'm gonna start using bullets. Oh, no thank you.
Sensible. Straight to business, then. The presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, pursuant to our normal standards of compartmentalization, she was scant on the details of your mission. That said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, what brings you to Golden Reach? Since losing access to the archive, the Order has been forced to limit its open exchange of ideas and information to avoid contaminating what few predictions we can still make.
In other words, you're trying to avoid self-fulfilling prophecies.
We don't use that word, prophecy. Our predictions are strictly a matter of mathematical calculation. But, in layman's terms, that is the objective. Yes.
The archive is a vast network of computational machines built beneath the ice of Cloister. Prior to the invasion, the Order used it to generate predictions on a vast scale. But listen to me prattling on. I'm sure you aren't here for a history lesson. Victor? Oh, yes, Archivist Clemens. Quite the mind. Such encyclopedic knowledge of engineering. One could almost mistake him for an exemplar. Is he in some kind of trouble?
Do I have proof? If he's innocent, then he's got nothing to worry about.
Such a statement implies the opposite is also true.
Have I?
Victor Clemens, some kind of radical. What an absurd notion.
I must agree with my seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged data pad. It's difficult to imagine him capable of worse.
Friend of the trader I'm after says she and Victor had secret contacts within the order.
And that may well be true. But our standard of proof within the Order is not normally met by hearsay alone. Victor's currently supervising highly experimental research at one of our labs to the northwest, the Enray Range, beyond the invaders' front lines. Unfortunately, you'll need to go through the decommissioned autonomous extractorium to reach it. That path is less than safe, so I advise caution.
What business is it of yours?
Let's not be unfriendly. The agent's only curious. Obviously, Victor's work has something to do with N-rays, but beyond that, I haven't a clue. More of that pesky compartmentalization, I'm afraid. Besides the highly caustic Zeranium River and the Mantisaurs, we've also received reports of mad cultists in the area. It does make me wonder why Victor decided to stay.
Those the same cultists that worship the rifts?
Indeed. They began showing up with their inane theories prior to the invasion. The first sign of dysfunction in the Protectorate. Always starts small, doesn't it? Loath as I am to admit it, there may be some merit to your worries over a conspiracy within the Order. Whether Victor is involved or not. As my predecessor would remind me, denying unpleasant facts is not good science. I would be remiss if I failed to support an investigation.
Glad we're on the same page.
No doubt you heard of the recent attack launched on that Auntie's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity. It came from one of our facilities, the Zeranium Manufactory. But that facility is intended for research, not military action. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest traitors in our midst. It would undoubtedly benefit both of us to root them out.
Respectfully, Scholar, given current tensions, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Would an internal review of our ranks not be more appropriate?
Respectfully, go void yourself.
Earth Directorate Agent is just a title. I'd seek to know who you are beyond that bit of headline.
Fair enough.
I don't dispute the need for discretion, my friend. But the presiding bishop made the determination to send the agent to us. It's best we trust her calculations. Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. I can't overstate my fears concerning this most recent attack ending the ceasefire and reigniting the war in Golden Ridge. One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence. But if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf, such a gesture might preserve the peace. I knew I could rely upon you. Ruth wouldn't have sent you otherwise. Here, take this writ of investigative inquiry. It'll grant you access to the manufactory. Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into these traitors you've mentioned erstwhile. We can compare notes once you've returned with your findings. Illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty. Whatever I can tell you, I will.
A calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation, particularly in the field of predictive analysis. Yes.
Seer Wiley is being too modest about his contributions. Many in the Order rely on Seers for their indispensable counsel. I myself would be lost without mine. Oh, indeed. I needn't educate you on what you can see with your very eyes. There is a great deal of pressure on me to navigate what is a rather novel situation. Without Wiley, I dare say our predicament here would be even more precarious. Many lives depend on him, on us both. Why, Matriarch's Mercy would not be the refuge it is without his predictions shepherding its development. That is a statue of the matriarch, Alexandra Varick, Arcadia's founder and for whom the monastery was named after. Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-order members at the moment, given recent troubles. But perhaps Seer Wiley can give us an estimation of its reopening.
Oh, certainly. According to my calculations, the monastery will be accessible to certain members of the public shortly.
Haha, good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit. The observatory is a true sight to behold.
Okay.
Speak to Abbot Newell if you've more queries.
No updates on my side of things. Anything I can do to assist you? Oh, of course. What would you like to discuss? Apart from providing them sustenance, shelter, and scientific ministry, you mean?
Yes.
Need I remind you, Arcadia is at war. This is what war looks like, I'm afraid. The Order is operating within a very reasonable framework to provide as much aid as it can. Alexandra Monastery is a place of sacred study, advancing our understanding of the plan. We cannot jeopardize that vital work all for the comfort of a few. I haven't the wish to debate you on this any further. Please, let us move on to less controversial topics. Illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty. Whatever I can tell you, I will. Rift worshippers spouting inane theories. They began showing up prior to the invasion. The first sign of dysfunction in the Protectorate always starts small, doesn't it?
Alright. What's up, Inez?
Hope you appreciated how I bit my tongue back there with the abbot. Didn't want things to come to blows with civilians in the crossfire. Full of excuses for the attack, wasn't he? Could be that he's sincere. Or could be that he has his hands so full with keeping his community from falling apart that he missed a memo or two. Either way, I'm willing to stay my hand until we know the truth. If it were my folk buried under the rubble, if Ortiz was among them, I'd want to know for certain before acting. Besides, ain't nobody around here better suited for investigating than we are. I prefer doing my shooting after asking all the pertinent questions, Commander. While we're at it playing detective, we need to scope out opportunity. If there are any survivors, we ought to help, however we're able. We can only hope they weren't to run for cover. There's only so much basic training can prepare you for. Once endured a week-long bombardment in a foxhole with only enough rations to last 3 days. Screams went on twice that long. Some of us still ain't fully recovered. We should move on, unless you've got something for me?
Okay.
Have you beheld that new rifle up at the monastery? The Oracle?
The one Wiley designed, right?
Where to first, Commander? Enray Range, Zeranium Manufactory, or Outpost Opportunity?
I'd give my tenure for an hour alone with it and a Mantisaur.
Is it me, or has anyone? Need something, Commander? Found it, huh? No. You know what? This one's on me. Shouldn't have left a line about. Yeah, well, I didn't have all the facts about Horizon Point until recently, did I? Truth is, I was getting ready to toss that old thing. Guess I just wanted to listen to it one last time. See if I missed anything other than her waxing about the greater good. I don't know. Some hint of who she really was? Some sign that she could turn into someone who betray her own team? Sounds stupid said out loud.
You're processing it in your own way. I get it.
You know, I can't really remember what the others sounded like. Helen, Eric, Wade. I've tried recalling their voices, but there's just nothing. Static. All these years. And the only recording I've managed to preserve is from the one person I'd rather forget. Kind of you to say, Commander. I hope it continues to be true. No, burn it, launch it out the airlock, do whatever you want with it. It means nothing to me now anyway. Sure. Oh.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'll be right back. I gotta take a bio break. Okay, I'm back. I want to go back to the incognito. I think I'm gonna grab my other hat. Yeah, I can't. Oh. Is that her? Hmm. Oh. I just realized I was muted. Muted myself so you wouldn't hear the string of cursing.
Got some kind of tickle in my chest.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Wish. Between the invaders, what are defective?
Can't say I'm fond of these lodgings. Talk about close quarters.
Just be grateful for what you have.
My noggin sure is sore.
Word to wise, don't accept anything here that's given for free. You'll pay, one way or another.
Oh, Sabrosa people.
Sorry, got bootlegging to do.
You got business? No? Move on. You the fixer lent your aid to Agent Galloway?
Yep.
I suppose you got that crawling hibiscus she promised to sneak me, huh? Forget it. You can come in.
Thank you. Leave your loyalties at the door. Ooh. Pitfall card.
Hello, hello. You're the one that aided us in availing Sub Rosa of a rather large shipment of Spectrum vodka, yes? Agent Galloway is slightly less trustful than most feral canids, so winning her over speaks volumes of your character. Consequently, I'm pleased to present you purchase access to my fine wares. It's fortunate you're no stranger to contraband. Feast thine eyes on the merchandise.
Oh, for a second there, I thought it said I had 17 viewers. I was like, what the? But no, never mind. Sniper rifle. Without an optic. Right. Acquiescence. Medium armor. Adaptive engineering. Incoming damage make. Change defense mode. Light damage. Interesting.
I'm gonna restart my game real quick, and I'm in area 18 with the card. I'll get that card as soon as I get back in game. See ya, have a good one.
I think I already got a sniper rifle silencer, didn't I? Oh, Definitely buy those keys.
You haven't seen my landmine supplier, have you? I hope he hasn't blown it. Ah, kill me! And him if he doesn't show soon. What fine contraband might I supply you with this day? We stand that we'd like to make a good ton of bits on the war. And maybe expand our reach in the process. Beyond that, I'm not supposed to comment. But Sub Rosa consists primarily of ex-Anti's Choice and ex-Protectorate personnel. We've still got folks we care about out there. Complicates some of our feelings on the fighting. But if the fighting stops, our income begins to go dry. It's superb cover and a consistent market. Refugees are in need of all sorts of supplies that the Order cannot provide. And Sub Rosa delivers. At only a reasonable markup. Myself, I enjoy the thrills of the environ. Will the Order attempt to drive me out? Will Matriarch's mercy be shelled? Shall I run out of new cereals? Oh, thrilling! Yes. Obviously. I don't believe I ever implied otherwise.
No, you didn't. My wife would love this person's outfit.
The game is fun. Hold on. Really try.
Well, you look stylish.
Greetings. What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up his or her britches in your corner of the yurt. Am I right? Or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Hmm? Pray elucidate the exact nature of your
Matt, Mother, and Mudge had sent me.
Really? Like they strung a few words together in a row and it all made sense? That's a marked improvement on earlier. Guessing they left out a bunch, though. Here in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sleeping on top of them. Sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy. Half the time, people shy away at the first sight of blood. The other, that's what they're there for. We say, whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, hurrah! This guy gets back his mangy button. Now, how can I help you exactly?
I came to ask about the situation in the camp, but you answered my question.
Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh? Can't have you scaring off real customers. I got a bunch of yeggs, 2 pugilists, and a sick canid to feed.
Look, your nose was just a stand-in for Duarte's nose.
Don't feel like no stand-in.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation will improve in time.
Stop it with the predictions. You don't even know multivariable calculus.
Just trying to cheer you up.
I did not mute that in time. I didn't even realize what was going on. I and sincerely apologize for the background stupidity.
We're not going anywhere! Not on the basis of some half-baked prediction. This so-called exclusion zone is where we stake our claim. Stand with me in defense of freedom!
I want to talk to this person first before I get into that.
A visitor. Without notice.
Yeah, come to Boomerang's party.
Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order projection. I mean, prediction. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to in some, roundabout fashion. Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good. I'll say, I try not to make any big plans until I consult my latest POP. First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rollo Nast, our seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one. As a laugh, everybody ribbed me about it. Just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple 152 meters straight down onto my head. Fortunately, I still had that brain case on.
Wow. Could just be a coincidence, couldn't it?
Sure, but I've had 9 POPs so far, and at least 3 times something similar happened. Avoided drowning in a culvert, sidestepped my mantisaur allergy. Forget the other. Things like that just illustrate the fragile nature of human existence, especially here in Golden Ridge. My co-occupant Ike had a POP done, had told him avoid liquids for 48 hours. He ignored it. Later got drunk, passed out, drowned face first in a puddle of water.
Their forecasts just seem impractically vague to me, I guess.
You did catch the part I said they'd save my life, right? I think alive is a notable improvement on dead. That's something you can take to the bank, Figuratively speaking. I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my latest POPs long enough already.
Rollo Nash says order predictions are not always thorough or completely accurate. Helped him to avoid danger.
Turn the shields off. I can't grab it. Oh, I'll just do that.
Voice displaced.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict.
All right, I'll talk to you now.
Except for the fact that you ain't yelling and trying to eat me. I'd have pegged you as some sort of prosperous scrapper by the rough look you got about you. You do got a certain feral look in your eye, though. Okay. I give up. Tell me.
Nah, we'll do it later. He's trying to go make some money. Yeah, I guess you can throw him once. Go sit in the beanbag, buddy. It'll be fun.
Earth to Directorate, Phoenix, and you are?
May Huffstutler, formerly Auntie's Choice, Department of Invasive Marketing. Now, the voice of the displaced. That's what those in the Order call me, leastways. An unofficial sobriquet, likely meant as a petulant slight. On account I object. Louder. More often than the rest. Those of us ended up here have very little except needs. I turn those into demands for reasons of clarity and import.
A helpful troublemaker is a noble calling.
Though, admittedly, it's a difficult way to make friends. The Order's not exactly fond of me. Rabble-rousing doesn't align with their vision of a perfect universe. Happy as I am to make your acquaintance, I'm busy staking our claim over the exclusion zone, so if you'll excuse me. So that's how it is. You're the mediator that was foretold. Am I right? The Order wants us to believe that a catastrophe is coming to the exclusion zone at any second. Why? Because math told them so. Screw their predictions. We have people, displaced by war and disaster, in sore need of space. There's plenty of room to house them. Am I supposed to fall on my knees and thank the Order because something bad may or may not happen? Sorry. Not convinced. I honestly don't give the slightest whit about the Order's idea of math or whatever calculation tells them that a catastrophe may or may not occur. What does the Administrant want? To shut me up? To discredit me? I don't know what the Administrant's game is, but call me intrigued. Best thing you can do is introduce yourself around camp. See why we need the exclusion zones open.
I am not doing that, no.
All right. You keep at it. When the time comes, I'll be ready to pit my reason against the Order's. I could use a break from fighting injustice. Vexing. We're at the mercy of the Order, and the Order is at the mercy of their predictions. Not to insult our gracious hosts, but these people don't wipe themselves unless an equation tells them to.
Interesting. I wonder if there's... I mean, I can see how to a point you could predict things using math. It's not implausible, but I can completely understand the skepticism. And their predictions do seem quite vague.
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's mercy is no safer than the truth.
Who else can I talk to? Maybe I can talk to...
Have you come to what caused the schism between the Protectorate and the Order? The Consul tried to kill presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar, but we saw that coming. The meaning of life is numeric, and we are the keepers of the equation.
Who else can I talk to?
I'm not with Auntie anymore.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of those drones from Auntie's.
Look, I'm not with Auntie anymore. All happens.
Sorry, I'm all out of throat lozenges. I'll try not to sneeze on you, but no promises.
Ah.
Law, finally. Real relief for my fake symptoms. Let's see it then.
Fake symptoms. I'm not gonna haggle money out of these people, but I don't like that he's pretending. But here you go.
If it's all the same, I'll give it to someone in real need. I've got
Thank
more
you.
practice ahead of me. Wouldn't want to spoil it by seeking treatment. You have my gratitude, stranger.
Algorithmic dissonance? Don't even like the sound of it. How could something be incalculable? Why, the very eyes...
How do you do, stranger? Always nice to see a friendly face around Matriarch's Mercy. Though it's a pity I can't lend more aid to our downtrodden collective. I'm just a humble taxidermist. More than whoever butchered your friend. Do you need any touch-ups on that... appendage?
Not unless you think a pair of glass eyes and glued-on antlers will help. Sorry.
But something tells me you didn't come to talk shop. What's this about, Agent? Am I in trouble?
Just the opposite.
What? Me? No, no, no. Listen, friend. A little skill with needle and thread does not make me a qualified medical professional.
Look, this place ain't exactly crawling with experts, and Doc needs all the help he can get. Even if all you do is suture wounds, your services will be invaluable.
Have it your way, then. I know when I'm being voluntold. But you better make it worth my while. Before I agree to anything, I need sprat corpses. Several. And no victims of violence, please. My art depends on the quality of the sleeve.
Stop calling them sleeves and you got a deal.
The term is industry standard. And a taxidermist without standards is never a pretty sight. I used to source all of my sprats from a local trapper, Frankie Billings. No idea if she's still in business. Word has it she's out north in Auntie's Choice territory, so watch yourself. Fresh being the operative word. My thanks, stranger.
I wonder how I'll manage that, but...
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was? Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. And the invaders, water defecting.
Looking pretty good right about now.
A wasteland devoid of life? No.
Think thrice
Arcadia
before
is
rabble-rousing. We have numerical superiority.
Don't tell me you're one of those drones from Auntie's Choice.
We're all in this together.
You have a very non-scholarly look about you.
It's funny that you say that, because I look more scholarly than I did. Alright, let me see.
What happened?
If he wants to talk more. So I think I've talked to everybody now.
I suppose I can give you the time of day.
Maybe now I need to talk to...
Welcome back. Any luck enlisting help?
Oh, not yet.
Welcome back. Anything I can do to assist you? Yes, what have you discovered?
Not sure what else I need to do here. I guess I'll go to the outpost opportunity first. Let me see something real quick. Let me see something. So when I hip fire it, I can shoot it real quick, but I see. Really got nothing for the barrel for this thing.
Being this anyway. Need something? Sure.
Why not? Oh, I need a mantisaur pupil to make that. Oh, it already has a double barrel. I think that's all what I made anyway. Yeah. Oh well.
Dietitians have created the perfect BLT sandwich. It is balanced, layered, and tasteful. You may cease your search for complete lunchtime fulfillment, for it has arrived. You are welcome.
From the Order of the Assistant.
Stifled by unfulfilling work with no hope of advancement? Tired from fighting off your fellow workers to keep your employment? Want data-driven insight on how to excel at your life? Visit our predictory and take our short 38-minute questionnaire to determine exactly what career you are meant for. Act now and receive a 1-week prognostication from a seer. Absolutely free. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Tired of vacuously untrue statements with their unsatisfying antecedents? At the order of the Ascendant, our predictions are both sufficient and necessary for your positive outcomes. Come by our predictory today, where we will share with you our deductions and their contrapositive implications.
You too can reach the pinnacle of refreshment with Omega Point.
Okay.
Available in standard caffeinated versions. A taste this transcendent can only be formulated by the order of the Ascendant.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the signal. Commander,
What the hell? Why is it when I aim at shit, nothing happens? Like, I'm not even gonna try to sneak. So wait, so then in non-combat, does it last forever? Because... Oh. Okay, so shooting my weapon drains energy. Okay. Okay. That makes sense, but that was still a lot longer than what I normally would have. Wonder what it means, like it can... fire longer and... I don't know. Oh, maybe like it uses less energy? Kind of thing? What's this?
Perhaps
perhaps it would be advantageous to... No, that won't function optimally. Or we could... No, but if they deploy Manosaurs, we'd be better served having it the other way around. Do you have a specific matter requiring discussion with me that cannot be postponed? I'm rather preoccupied at the moment.
You're preoccupied arguing with yourself about the best way to dig a hole?
That's not... Yes, your assessment is absolutely accurate. Making a final decision over what to prioritize in the construction of this trench, given my current resources, has been a substantially more difficult task than I first estimated. Correct. In this case, standardized algorithms, which includes a Poisson distribution method, using the data we accrued from years of tracking the frequency of different attacks. Unfortunately, I find myself in the extremely unlikely and stressing position of having these algorithms inform me that every type of attack is exactly equally probable. And thus, my dilemma.
Oh.
Many, unfortunately. Anti's human soldiery, raptidons, mantisaurs, scrappers, and even wild arachnids. In summary, many and varied. Alas, I lack the resources and time. I appreciate your input, though. Anti's forces have pushed us from our initial trench line into our fallback trench, thus making it the new primary trench. Despite the fact that we are currently holding back Anti's forces at the new, more narrow front, this leaves us in the unenviable position of requiring a new fallback trench. That being said, we shouldn't need another trench line. Our analysis shows us that Anti simply lacks the resources to push through the current front line. However, there is a vanishingly slim chance that Anti's has more resources in transit outside of the Arcadian system that we simply haven't accounted for yet.
Is there really no way we can help them? Guess not.
Try not to deviate from the norm.
Cause trouble and I will school you. Chapter and verse.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, dinner's ready, so I'm going to be ending my stream for today, unfortunately. Tomorrow it will be Borderlands 4, so tune in tomorrow. Thank you.